Okay, yep, it's time to pack up.
If the plume of smoke and the flames weren't enough of a message, these campers got another, telling them a fire was burning near Turquoise Lake and they needed to go.
From what I've seen, everybody was really on top of the alerts.
Brian Bovaird is the emergency manager in Summit County, the first person to school me on wireless alerts after failures during the Marshall Fire nearly 5 years ago.
What's nice is that we've gotten to a place now where these aren't a new tool. It's not a novelty. It's not something that people are still figuring out.
For those of you unfamiliar, a wireless emergency alert is what we all commonly think of as an Amber Alert. It goes to all phones in a geographic area.
They're so valuable because those are not an opt-in service. And especially in these mountain resort communities, we rely on those heavily because people that are there for the day, for the weekend, for the week, they might not be wanting to opt into a specific alert system.
The message from Lake County was specific, told folks what's happening and where, and most importantly, what to do. Bovaird says it's one of the most effective tools emergency crews have, but he says anyone spending time outside while our state is a tinderbox needs to remember this.
Probably the most important message here is those wireless emergency alerts are dependent on cellular signal. So if you look at your phone and you have no signal, you're not going to receive that wireless emergency alert.
His cell service in Lake County this afternoon, proof enough of that.
Wow, okay, let's go.
Bovaird says campers and hikers need to be mindful of the weather and the fire conditions before they head out. And they need to know whether or not they're in a place where they'll get the message.
Yep, it's time to pack.
So with fires burning around the state, this is also a good time to remind everyone to sign up for your county's opt-in emergency alerts as well. You want to get as much information as you can, right? I would search for the name of your county and emergency alert to learn how to sign out. I'm Steve Stager. Steve on your side, 9 News.
Steve, it's important to point out when things do go as planned because we've had some snafus recent in the metro area.
Spent an awful lot of time reporting on mistakes, the several messages that Denver sent out earlier this year that went out further than they were supposed to. We've talked about bad messaging and alert messages before. What was really refreshing was to log into the system and look at all the messages that went out this past weekend and see. In each of those cases, they used what the threat was, what you should do, and where the threat was. So everybody had all the information they needed to know in that emergency situation to do what they needed to do to get out.
Yeah, I know just as a mother, I would want that. I would rely on that in order to save myself and my family.
Absolutely.
So when it works,
thank
goodness, it's life-saving.
It does. I mean, it gets to everyone. Yep. That's the key. You want to try to reach everyone you can. Now remember, you got to have cell service. So keep that in mind if you're out and about.
All right, Steve, thank you.